on, everyone? Welcome to High PSI TV. The time has come. We are going to put the Tahoe on the dyno and see how much power we're making with headers. I'm excited. Chris is going to tune it, and we're also going to put E85 in it today. So Donnie's going to line me up on the dyno, and I'll get this thing strapped down. Alright guys, so up here at the shop, something that we always do when one of our personal vehicles goes on the dyno is we guess how much it's going to make. So I'm going to go over to the dyno, and right on the fan we're going to do pump gas and then the E85.
What did it make last time?
Made 300 before the headers.
Well, you got pump gas in it now.
Pump gas in it now, and then we're going to switch over to E85.
What's the winner do?
Crisp high 5.
38.
338. See, I let the tuner go first, that way I can base my numbers off of his, because he's pretty good at this.
I'm gonna do the prices right and beat it by 1.
Yeah. Alright guys, I gotta go find a few more people in the shop, and we're gonna update this list, and I'll show it to you when we're done. Alright everyone, here are the shop guesses. And we'll see how close the guys at the shop get. We let Chris guess first because he's usually pretty spot on. All he does is tune all day. And hopefully I pick up some power. I'm hoping I don't lose any. Hey.
You walk right to it. Does it measure GPS when it stops?
Yeah. Tells you how far away you are.
Hello. You said it has some ethanol in it now?
9%.
Alrighty. I think the fan was engaged on that pole, honestly.
Chris, where are you hiding all the horsepower?
I'm gonna see if I can find that.
Alright guys, so we're making some pulls with the truck. First pull went pretty well, but it was a pull in third gear, and we usually don't like running trucks that high in mile an hour on the dyno. So we're making pulls in second now. Chris is doing his stuff on the computer. How's everything going?
Everything's going alright so far. Try to add 2 more degrees of timing, see what that gets us on pump gas.
We're on our way to 400 rear wheel.
I didn't know we put a blower on there yet.
No, we're gonna make 5 with the blower. It's been decided.
So we'll see what we can get on pump gas, and we'll switch it on over.
We made 309 horsepower on pump gas. Not as much as I expected. Chris says that it's probably because of the 24-inch wheel on it. I agree. But compared to other trucks that we've dynoed here, it's right on par. So we're doing pretty good so far. The E85 is in it, and Chris will let me know what the ethanol percentage is. A flex fuel truck, you can tell that. So he'll tell me what percentage ethanol it is, and we'll have to wait for it to get through the system. Then we'll make a couple pulls and see what it makes on E85. Alright guys, what Chris is doing right now is running the car in 4th gear to get the ethanol mixed in with the other fuel. Then he'll run it down to 2nd gear and he'll make another dyno pull. Alright guys, we've got the E85 fuel mixed in with the rest of the fuel that was in it. It was down below a quarter tank, probably closer to 8. So we're at 51% ethanol content right now. Not as high as I would have liked. Chris is going to make a pull, and we'll see what kind of horsepower gains we can get. we're not expecting to see a whole lot on a naturally aspirated motor. You see a lot more gains when you're supercharged or turbocharged, and it helps cool down the intake air charge too. So we'll make a dyno pull and I'll let you know what it does. When the truck cooled down, we're gonna make one more pull on E50. So we got up to 51% ethanol. So what I'm gonna do after I leave here is I'll go fill it up with ethanol, I'll run some through it and I'll fill it up again. And we'll see if we can get the alcohol percentage a little bit higher in the fuel, because for every percent you can add timing. At 50%, we're only able to add 4 degrees of timing. Our tuner Chris is telling me that at about 80% we can add 6. So 6 degrees over pump gas, 2 degrees over where we're at right now. So that's probably another 10 or 15 rear wheel horsepower. So the truck's a little down on numbers compared to what I would like to see. The reason we think that is it's a 4-wheel drive truck, so it's having to turn a transfer case. It still has a mechanical fan, it's having to turn that, and it has 24-inch wheels on it. So all those things are going to drag the numbers down. And remember, dyno numbers don't matter, it's how fast it goes at the track. So what I think I'm going to do is this weekend I'll put the electric fans on it, and at the same time I'll put it back on the dyno and see if I can pick up anything else on ethanol. I'm not going to drain it all out and put pump gas back in it. But what we've seen in the past is you get about 10 rear wheel horsepower for putting electric fans on a mechanical fan truck. Here is what everybody at the shop guessed. Now I'm going to be honest, the lowest was Craig at 315, 329. So there are 3 graphs on the dyno screen. One is before headers, one is with headers and pump gas, and the third is with headers and E85. Right, so here we go. Green 268 is before headers, red 309 is with headers and pump gas, and blue is 310, that's headers and E50. We can only get 50% on the ethanol. For you naturally aspirated guys that are thinking about running ethanol, hopefully this gives you an insight as to what ethanol is worth on basically a stock truck. We'll call it stock. But anyways, I was expecting a little bit more out of it. Like I said before, we're blaming it on a few factors, mainly drag on the engine. So I'm going to do the E-fan swap this weekend. I'll put it back on the dyno myself. And I'll keep putting E85 in it, see if we can get the ethanol content a little bit higher, see if we can get some more power out of it. But as always, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.